What's good, everybody? I'm gonna be talking about Bibarel and Bidoof, but before I get into it, that was a lot of B's in a row. Before I get into it, check out the description down below. There is a link to the same Google Sheet that I use in all my videos, and most importantly, you can check out the move change sheet right here. Basically, every move in this hack is buffed or changed, so that's extremely important. So check those all out. You can control F every move and just look at everything and what they all do now, because they all like reworked for the most part. That being said, Bibarel actually surprisingly doesn't have that many super in-depth changes. It's just way fucking better, which is awesome. Again, every Pokemon in this hack is balanced to be viable the entire game, and Bibarel is no Bibarel doesn't matter is no exception. So they retain the ability Simple, and they have even more options to abuse with Simple. They have much better stats, 480 base stat total being the minimum quote-unquote base stat total for level 20 evolutions, and that also means they'll evolve in time for Hala, which is super fucking great. But that's not to say that they're only good early game. They're incredible for the entire game. All of those Pokemon are. And I do that on purpose. I give them specific moves and abilities that will last throughout the whole game. And Bibarel is obviously no exception to that rule. He's actually one of the stronger ones for the whole game. He's really just consistently great. So normal water typing is a great typing when you have the ability Sap Sipper. Sap Sipper, obviously, keep in mind in this ROM hack, you do have access to infinite usability capsules. So what you're doing is you're essentially switching between Simple and Sap Sipper as needed. And you would be running Simple, a good amount of the time, probably majority. And then when you need Sap Sipper, when there's an electric type, a grass type move coming up, or a grass type Pokemon especially, you swap on Sap Sipper, you switch it in on that water grass type move, or you get it to use it on you, and now you have that +1 attack. But most importantly, it's just an immunity, and a really important immunity at that. So you're immune to both Ghost and Grass. Those are both two really good immunities, and then you're only weak to fighting and electric, so those are really, really nice. You also have much better bulk. 94, 85, 85 is super tanky. Especially with the ability Simple and moves like Stockpile, Amnesia, Bulk Up, and a bunch more that I'll get into. But yeah, that's super great. You also have reliable recovery with Slack Off, which works great with those. Not to mention Swallow is also buffed to be priority and always heal you to full HP no matter what. So you can essentially get off one Stockpile, get +2 defense and special defense with Simple, and then do whatever you got to do. Yawn, set up Swords Dance, and then when you basically, that's a pretty good example. You could Stockpile. They'll hit you for less damage. You Swords Dance, now you're at red HP, say for example, or yellow HP. Now you click Swallow, remove your boosts, and now you're full HP again. And then you can click Aqua Jet or Quick Attack for priority. You also have First Impression via TM, but that obviously doesn't work besides the first turn. That's just a nice TM to have though. All kinds of other great coverage moves. You got Ice, you got Grass, you got Wood Hammer, Grass Knot, Seed Bomb. Those are all physical. Psychic Fang, Thunder Fang, Ice, all types of stuff. All right, I'm not going to list every fucking move. You guys can read. Although you should keep in mind that a lot of them are changed or buffed or altered in some way. But yeah, there's also a nice little link that you can click to see the Simple stuff. But Bidoof is also great. Bidoof's great for the first island. Great on Melee, and he'll evolve in time for Hala, like I said. And he can do some really nice stuff for Hala just because of the bulk and the priority and the defense curl. And also Simple workup is essentially like pseudo Swords Dance for that part of the game. And obviously actual Swords Dance gives you +4 attack, which is pretty crazy with 90 base attack and dual step priority and stuff. 31 speed is also a pretty good speed tier. You don't have any way to boost it, but actually you do. Technically you could run Flail plus Slackberry and get +2 speed, but that's a little bit of a gimmicky thing. But the good thing about running Flail sets and Pinchberry sets in general is you do have Endure as a TM, so you can actually slap that on whenever you want to run a Pinchberry set to sweep us with your boss fight. You could slap on that Pinchberry and go to town with that. Also, I didn't explain the logic behind Sap Sipper. Hopefully it's really obvious. He's a fucking beaver. He makes dams, he eats and chews wood. I think Sap Sipper is a perfect ability. Kind of surprised they didn't give it to him as a hidden ability, but Moody is pretty cool. Fuck Moody, actually, but I mean, in terms of being good for him and competitive, it's broken. So there you go. But yeah, Simple's really great. Super great ability. Again, you got that Bulk Up, which is essentially like the Curse substitute. It's a better version of Curse, if anything. Not if anything, it is objectively better. Swords Dance. And then you got a bunch of other cool stuff. So another really cool thing you can do is Skull Bash with Simple. Skull Bash is buffed to essentially give you Coil's effect. So you'll get +1 defense on that charge turn, and then when you actually attack, after you attack, you get +1 attack and accuracy. Accuracy is not super important for him, but it's really good for hostile Pokemon, which are really common in this hack. But yeah, Skull Bash super powerful, very powerful stab move, 130 base power, and then you get that huge damage as well as the +2 defense and +1 attack. Excuse me, +2 defense and +2 attack with Simple. So that's a great move. And then, of course, you have powerful stab moves. You have Hyper Fang, which is essentially like normal type Wicked Blow, but it's 100% accurate as opposed to 90, like Wicked Blows in his hack. So that's really great. Super strong move right there. And I think it also has a 30% chance to flinch still, just because it's an exclusive move that I only gave to rodents because of their rodent teeth. And then you got Belly Drum late game as well, which is really strong with your bulk and Sap Sipper, or, I mean, obviously simple Belly Drum doesn't work, but it's just nice to have with your priority moves. You know, you got a bunch of other utility. Cyclops, like I said, is great. Not too much else to talk about. He's just a really solid mon. I gave him the 94 HP stat because he is a pretty fat beaver. I was debating between that or 89, and then that 85 bulk with that typing and the ability. It's a really tanky mon. It's just a great mon for the whole game. Super awesome option. Tons of other great little utility options that I'm not covering, like Mud Sport, and it's just in time for electric terrain route boss on Route 3 who uses like an electric terrain team, and he gives you the TM. Freaking Water Sport is just in time for Totem Marowak, and those are also priority now just because they're shit otherwise. Yeah, cool stuff like that. All right, I'm not gonna get into every little option here, but that's about it to say. It's just a great Pokemon. Super fucking cool buffs and changes here. Simple, but pun not intended. Simple, but very relevant. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to head 900 subs soon. Maybe by the time you're listening to this, I already hit that milestone. Definitely make sure you leave a like and also leave a comment. It helps with the algorithm. Lastly, you can check my Discord in the description down below as well, alongside the Google Sheets, which you can check out for yourself. Thank you so much, and goodbye.